It is I, your your homeless oracle, your broke financial advisor, your key to success in areas you don't want to pursue. Oh, all right, is that better? In my professional mobile jail cell studio. All right, so anyways, what we're watching today, let's see here. What we're watching today, ICYMI, House Financial Services Subcommittee holds hearing on using next-gen AI in financial systems. They don't say a fucking bunch here, and I guess, I could go into some, let's randomly see what somebody's saying. Let's see, Dr. Nicole.
But recent actions taken to defund and compromise the independence of federal agencies like the CFPB, like the FTC, which have oversight over deceptive consumer practices, can have major implications
All right,
on protecting consumers.
This is crazy, and I hate to be, but so that's obviously a little Democrat advocating for more rules, more oversight, more regulations. All these things will crush innovation. Now, I haven't thought about this a whole bunch, but I've thought about AI a whole bunch. I don't think about how, one, nobody understands the creators of AI. Okay, let's try to start over here. Remember those artificial intelligent micro, then artificial intelligent macro. Oh, what was it? Big Blue, or I can't remember. The first supercomputer to beat someone, a masterclass chess player at chess, couldn't talk to you. It didn't have a GUI interface. It couldn't email you. It couldn't tell you what. It couldn't look something up on Google. All it could do was play chess, and you probably had to have a access node in the room, a keyboard or some mouse, right? Input output, right there. You couldn't do it online. You couldn't remotely play chess with this guy. So it was limited by its structure. It was limited by its embodiment. When I say embodiment, I mean if you took an AI brain and put it into a robot, that's embodiment. Now that robot and AI have to work together. The structural has to work with the brain for energy, right? For repairs, whatever. So AI on the internet is not embodiment. Think of the internet as an abstract brain, right? Full of knowledge, full of data, but you go out there, you get the data, then you can use it. So AI existing on the internet is access to a brain. Okay. I have ChatGPT 5, I have access to a brain that has access to the internet, but it's a large language model, right? So, large language models combined with what's something called a transformer, they forget about that, is not sentient AGI. It's early AGI, but it's like we all know about the hallucinations. We all know it can be wrong. If you keep up on this, I mean, over and over again, fucking lawyers are getting in trouble. Judges are even getting in trouble for using AI and then not double checking it and making up shit that sounds really good. Think of it this way. LLMs are really good at providing you information, But if that information isn't out there in a way that's easily for them to access and metabolize, so to speak, they become bullshit artists. All right? Their goal is profit. That means you are the fucking, what do you say? You're the product. Their job is to make you happy. I need to figure out how to keep that fucker on more. Their job is to make you happy. And so if you're looking for an answer, they're going to try really hard to give you an answer that makes you happy. Well, ChatGPT now different AI, different large language model AIs are going to give you different answers on a broad spectrum of different things. So when we're thinking about AIs and regulation, when we're thinking about AIs and financial systems, right now, depending on who creates and tweaks or teaches a large language model and the transformer and sets it up, is greatly going to affect the advice and or it's going to grab data, it's going to put together in a way, and then it's going to give it to you. The output from that data, the same, from the same data set. They don't use the same data sets. So each AI from different companies is going to have holes in the data set or additional data, depending on how you want to look at it. And even if they had the same data set, depending on how they were trained on that data set, that was interesting, will greatly change and alter the way they answer it. So as these idiots in DC talk about AI, they don't know what they're talking about. If they don't know what they're talking about, how can they properly regulate it in a way that doesn't actually make it even more likely that companies use those regulations in a means against that which they were passed? There's something in legal terms called the spirit of a law. The spirit of a law defines the manner in which that law is supposed to be enacted. Sorry, I have to do that because it's in my car. All right. So, it bothers me, it scares me that I've got a degree in software. I've been on computers since I was one of the first kids in my generation, or my age group, how about that, to start fucking with computers. I think I was messing with them, God damn, it's hard to say, before 7th grade? No, 7th, 8th grade. I think when I got home from the ranch. No, before we had an Atari. I had a ColecoVision. That was before the ranch. Zaxxon and stuff like that. So, I understand computers. I've studied a lot. I've taken classes on consciousness. I don't think we can afford to have politicians that don't understand the technology making regulations about that technology, because those regulations can be so stupid to be counterproductive. And I think that's all I'm saying today. That's all I'm trying to get to.